Discipline is often misunderstood as a restrictive force, something that limits our freedom and forces us into rigid routines. But in truth, discipline is the key to unlocking our greatest potential. It is the quiet power behind every achievement, the force that transforms dreams into reality, and the strength that pushes us beyond our limitations. Without discipline, our ambitions remain just that, ideas floating in our minds, never grounded in action. It is easy to want success, fulfillment, or personal growth. But wanting alone is not enough. Discipline bridges the gap between desire and achievement. It turns abstract goals into concrete results, step by step, day by day. At its core, discipline is about self-control, the ability to govern our impulses, emotions, and actions in service of a greater goal. It's the practice of doing what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like it. This is where its true power lies, not in moments of inspiration or motivation, but in consistency, in the quiet, steady dedication to a purpose. The foundation of freedom. Paradoxically, it is discipline that grants us true freedom. We often think freedom means doing whatever we want, whenever we want. But this leads to chaos, procrastination, and ultimately a lack of fulfillment. True freedom comes from having control over our lives, our choices, and our habits. Discipline gives us that control. It allows us to break free from the tyranny of short-term desires and immediate gratification, and instead focus on what will bring lasting fulfillment. Think of a musician mastering their craft. It is not raw talent alone that leads to greatness. It is the disciplined hours of practice, day after day, that allow them to perform with freedom and grace. In the same way, discipline in our own lives frees us from the limitations of fear, laziness, and distraction, enabling us to pursue our goals with clarity and purpose. When we cultivate discipline, we are no longer at the mercy of our moods or external circumstances. We learn to act based on what we value and what we seek to achieve, rather than reacting impulsively to every passing emotion or temptation. This is power, the power to direct our lives, shape our futures, and create the results we desire. Building discipline, a lifelong practice. Discipline is not something we are born with. It is a skill that must be developed over time. And like any skill, it requires practice, patience, and perseverance. The first step in building discipline is understanding that it is a process, not a destination. There will be setbacks, moments of weakness, and times when we falter. But these are all part of the journey. One of the most effective ways to build discipline is by creating habits. Habits automate discipline. They turn difficult tasks into regular routines that require less mental effort. Start small. Choose one habit you want to develop and focus on doing it consistently. Over time, as this habit becomes ingrained, it will no longer feel like a struggle, but a natural part of your day. Discipline also requires self-compassion. Too often we associate discipline with harshness or punishment, but this is a misconception. True discipline is rooted in self-respect. It is about honoring your commitments to yourself and recognizing that you deserve the rewards that come from effort and consistency. When you slip up, don't criticize yourself harshly. Instead, acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and get back on track. Discipline in the face of adversity. Life will not always be easy. There will be obstacles, challenges, and times when everything seems to go against you. This is where discipline shines brightest. It is easy to stay disciplined when everything is going well, but the real test comes when adversity strikes. In these moments, discipline is the anchor that keeps you grounded, the force that pushes you to keep going, even when the path is difficult. When we face challenges with discipline, we develop resilience. We learn that we are capable of more than we thought, and that success is often just on the other side of perseverance. Discipline teaches us that setbacks are not the end, but opportunities to grow stronger, to adapt, and to keep moving forward. In the end, discipline is not just about achieving goals. It is about becoming the kind of person who can achieve them. It shapes our character, builds our resilience, and empowers us to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Discipline is power. The power to shape our destiny, one choice at a time. The power of consistency. Discipline is not about grand gestures or extreme willpower. It is about consistency. The small, repeated actions that compound over time to produce extraordinary results. The power of consistency is often underestimated because its effects are not immediately visible. But over weeks, months, and years, the disciplined, consistent effort becomes the foundation of success. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. They don't wake up one day and run 26 miles. Instead, they follow a disciplined routine, gradually increasing their endurance with each training session. The same principle applies to any goal, whether it's building a business, learning a skill, or improving your health. It's not about sprinting toward the finish line, but about steady, consistent progress. Discipline teaches us patience. It shows us that progress is often slow, but that doesn't mean we're not moving forward. Each day of consistent effort brings us one step closer to our goals, even if the progress is not immediately visible. Over time, these small steps add up to significant achievements. Discipline is power. In a world full of distractions and shortcuts, discipline is the quiet force that leads to lasting success. It is not always glamorous or exciting, but it is the foundation of all achievement. Without discipline, we are at the mercy of our impulses and desires, drifting through life without direction. With discipline, we have the power to create, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that the results will come. It is the ultimate form of self-respect because it means we believe in our potential and are willing to put in the effort to realize it. Remember, discipline is not a punishment. It is a path to freedom. The freedom to live the life you want, to achieve your dreams, and to become the person you are meant to be. Discipline is power, and when you harness it, there is no limit to what you can achieve.